I'm about to embark on an epic eating quest to finish 3 different restaurant food challenges in a single day. An extraordinary eating feat that would require extraordinary effort. And the first challenge is an undefeated pizza challenge at Big M's Pizzeria in Evansville, Indiana, home of the Big MFer Pizza Challenge, where teams of 2 have 30 minutes to finish a pizza that's loaded with 16 different toppings. If successful, your $50 pizza is free and your names go up on their winner's plaque. And my teammate for this challenge is none other than my eating rival, Eager Ethan. Today, we would have to form an unholy alliance, combining our efforts towards a single goal, taking down this undefeated pizza challenge and its immense amount of toppings.
3, 2, 1. Alright, let's go.
And let the battle begin, as we both grab whatever kind of slice we can, then go to town and send it down.
Pull it apart.
And right away, I mentioned to Ethan that this pizza is extremely hot, so it would be in our best interest to pull some pieces off to the side just to let them cool off a bit. Also, as you can see, we are in pretty close quarters of each other here, but these booths were the only available seating for the challenge, so while we were a bit cramped, we just made the best of it.
I might want that plate actually. Excuse me, ma'am. Can I actually get that plate?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
These plates were pretty helpful, as we started grabbing some slices to put off to the side, but that was actually proving to be quite difficult, because with this pizza, you basically had a top layer that was all fused and melded together by the cheese, and then a thin bottom layer of crust and sauce, and those 2 layers could easily separate and fall apart if you weren't careful.
You're going to want to pull some stuff out. The center's really hot. Just work your way into this middle.
Not sure if you heard me or not, but again, I just really wanted to emphasize that the center is going to be really hot. So it might be better to work our way from the outside towards the middle, which is generally the opposite of what our typical strategy is. Let me know in the comments down below. What would your strategy be for tackling this pizza challenge?
What are you going?
Ooh, good call by Ethan getting that pizza slice serving utensil. It definitely makes it easier getting out those middle inside slices. As for myself, I was pretty content with just going between the pizza that was in front of me and the pizzas that I put off to the side to cool off. Honestly, I was still trying to wrap my head around this pizza with 16 different toppings, which included pepperoni, bacon, Italian sausage, ham, ground beef, cheese, onions, mushrooms, bell peppers, black olives, tomatoes, pineapple, green olives, jalapenos, banana peppers, and last but not least, pepper rings, which not really sure what pepper rings are exactly, but man, I think the Big MFer is a fitting name for this challenge, because when I saw all these toppings piled on top of the pizza, that's exactly what I was thinking.
You're just gonna pick them off? I'm just gonna eat them right at the end.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Yeah, eating the peppers by themselves might be too bold of a strategy here, but there was still plenty of pizza to be eaten, just in case I changed my mind. Though, other than the pepperoni, the cheese, and whatever textures came with the other toppings, nothing else really shined through, which really shouldn't be that big of a surprise with 16 different toppings. I mean, you're just really not going to be able to taste some of those. And to my surprise, also included the pineapple, which I thought I would have tasted at least a little bit with it being on the sweeter side, but nope, didn't taste it at all. Wanted to make sure you heard some of that ASMR quality crunch provided by the crust before finishing it off and working on the final plate of pizza.
I love the idea that it's big and open.
There you go.
I'll shake that greasy hand. Congratulations, man.
Want another one?
And I get
No, thank you.
Yeah. You're backing up with some dessert. How about that?
Thank you guys again.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
See ya. Have a good day. Oh, I don't know if I got 2 more to go, to be honest. I'm feeling rough. Not like terrible rough, but I do feel worse than I thought it would. I blame Ethan. I felt like knowing that I was going to try to do a 3-day, he was supposed to sneak in a few extra pieces. Stuff isn't settling right already, which is not a good sign, but let's get these push-ups. Let's get out of here. Oh my god. Oh, I'm dying already. I'm not doing well in any of this humidity.
So the second challenge is going to be like an hour-ish and some change away. It's not a crazy big challenge, so I do think I'll be able to get there, do the challenge right away, and I think that's going to be the key, because I think after this challenge I'm going to need a lot more time. I need at least several hours, maybe to do some walking around and whatnot, just to get my body recovered in order to try to do that third one. Probably late in like 8 or 9 p.m. and I think right now it's almost 1. A little bit more rough than I thought, but so far, you know, we got the win. That was the important thing. So worst comes to worst, I can always settle for another 2 a day on this. I haven't done enough of those on this trip. With the first challenge now under my ever-expanding belt, it was time for challenge number 2, an ice cream sundae challenge at L&R Soda Shop in Elkton, Kentucky. And after taking a quick look around to enjoy the cute and charming atmosphere, I wasted no time in ordering the challenge, the Banana Quake, which has 3 sliced bananas on the bottom, then come 8 giant scoops of ice cream that completely fill the bowl. Then on top comes a whole lot of whipped cream, a handful of cherries, and to finish it all off, a healthy dose of chocolate syrup drizzled on top.
There you go, sweetie.
Thank you.
Now with this challenge, you have 15 minutes to finish it, and if you can, you get the $32 sundae for free and your picture up on the Wall of Fame.
4, 3.
And here we go! Food challenge number 2 of the day, and I'm not messing around here with some tiny little spoon. I'm grabbing my big ol' spoon to take some big ol' bites. And I have to say, this ice cream, it was so good. Just what the doctor ordered, especially after having that greasier pizza with a bazillion toppings. This tasted phenomenal. Though, indulging on this sundae was put on hold temporarily.
Got one of those already.
Now you might be concerned here, but don't worry, it's not that big of a deal. I've dealt with plenty of these before. Certainly not ideal during a challenge, but nothing a quick fix of tissue couldn't handle. And I was quickly back at it in no time, enjoying this sweet treat. Just absolutely loving the taste of each different ice cream flavor, even when it all melted together into a Neapolitan mixture. And popping in a cherry or 2 every so often wasn't half bad either. Also, just an FYI here, you could go with different flavor combinations with your ice cream, but in my case, the lovely lady making my sundae said that getting the mix of chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry was their traditional sundae, and that had me sold. And let me know in the comments down below, would you just go with one flavor, or would you want to mix it up a bit? This sundae was really hitting the spot, especially when I found those bananas at the bottom. Every single spoonful was so creamy, delightful, and enjoyable. If you're in the area, I highly recommend that you stop by. Just overall fantastic ice cream, and the staff is super friendly. Trust me, you'll be glad you did.
Got Mitch. We good? What's up, Mitch? See you guys there.
Bye. Thanks again.
Will do.
Take care of yourselves.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. Thank you.
What's that?
If y'all do this all time, how do y'all sleep? I already asked them. Oh, you did?
Yeah, she can fill you in. Yeah.
I thought we talked about this. Probably not.
We take breaks.
I mean,
You took one today.
this doesn't say right now. This doesn't say. This says I've had a lot to eat. I mean, right here. I mean.
That's pretty neat.
Let's go. Alright, so we got the second one down. I'll be honest, I actually feel a lot better than I thought I would. Not sense of fullness, but just how my stomach felt. 'Cause I think with all those peppers and whatnot, the ice cream cooled it down a bit. Happy with the performance. Yeah, gonna make our way to Nashville. Hopefully get some walking in, some activity. We'll see what happens. Oh. 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 Just slamming away at that Diet Coke.
2-liter training.
Yeah.
A few minutes later.
Ethan had to slam on the brakes. I'm not gonna lie, did not feel good on my gut.
Good thing it didn't come out.
Yeah. Ooh, that seatbelt ooh.
Did your seatbelt lock in place?
Oh, it totally locked in place.
Oh, mine didn't.
Oh, and I just hunched. I was like, oh. I mean, glad we didn't get an accident or anything, but ooh. Like that.
Buckle up for safety, kids.
Yeah, you tell me, Ethan.
After arriving back at Ethan's place, while I'm sure walking around would have been beneficial, I couldn't get myself to move around much, so I just laid around and rested for several hours.
Much later.
It's time for the final food adventure, as the opportunity for gastrointestinal glory was in sight. And the final challenge was at the Corner Pub in the Woods, located in the Bellevue area of Nashville, Tennessee, where I'd be taking on their Monster Cheeseburger Challenge. And this is pretty straightforward. You have a 5-pound cheeseburger and 1 hour to finish it, though the plate of veggies here are optional and not required. And if you win, you get the meal for free and your picture up on their wall of fame. And while I anticipated a tough battle ahead, I kept myself in good spirits, sporting some candy bracelets, foodie socks, and even busting out the rare battle bib. And let the final food adventure begin. Starting things out by peeling off that top bun with cheese to get my hands around that hot juicy meat, then go to town and send it down. Now you're probably thinking, after eating so much food already, can you even taste it? And the short answer is yes, which is why I was so thrilled to find out that this burger was incredibly juicy and flavorful. Also, if you're wondering about the meat, despite how it looks, it was cooked to perfection, medium rare, the best way to have it in my opinion. But hey, to each their own. And while the meat by itself was great, getting some of that cheese was also a pleasant savory sensation on my taste buds. As I continued to buzzsaw through that giant burger patty, I knew I had to take this beefy bad boy down fast, as I could start to feel one, or even both of the challenges from earlier starting to fight back. So I did my typical shimmies and shakes, and even a few wiggles, to make as much room as possible for this burger. Not gonna lie, when I finished that beef patty, it was a huge psychological burden that was lifted. Physically, however, that was a different story, as I started feeling more full each second, so I needed to keep up the pace. Therefore, when it was time to eat the bread, I made the switch to the all-time food challenge MVP, Diet Coke, for its dependable and reliable, cool, crisp, and refreshing flavors. And with that, I grabbed that big ol' soft bun with both hands, rolled it up like a burrito, and started chomping away. As happy as I was about the flavor of the meat, I was just as thrilled about the bun. Very soft and airy, and it just breaks apart and crumbles in your mouth, especially after a few sips of Diet Coke, which had me feeling better about my chances. But I wasn't gonna celebrate until it was all said and done. Oh, no. There's no way you're gonna catch me tapping into the dark arts and dunking any of my food here, as I always try to maintain the principles of clean eating, and that'll never change. Not trying to force it, just trying to see if I can get a few more burps out in order to make room for the final bits of bread.
Yay, Magic Mitch. 1725.
Okay, hold on. So technically, yes, I have successfully completed this challenge, but I have a saying I like to follow that goes, clean plate, clean conscience. And there's no way I could keep a clean conscience about winning this challenge unless I also finish that plate of veggies too.
This is completely reckless. I'm gonna try to get it.
Probably tastes good after all that grease and salt we've had. I said the veggies probably taste good after all the grease and salt we've ate in the last week and a half.
There's some truth in that. It's basically been like this for most of today. Does it feel impressive? Not right now, but maybe later. Glory lasts forever, so. Oh, I still got push-ups. It lifts my gut being so big now. When I do my push-ups, I only have to be like that far off the ground, so my gut will touch the ground. This is what, oh wow. She's tight, she's feeling really tight too. Yeah. How many was that? How ago? We'll just do one more for good measure. Yeah! Hooray for Mitch. Time for bed.